Bridgerton Season 3 Part 1 came and went almost too quickly, but not before dropping hints about what may occur once Part 2 hits Netflix. The streaming service dropped the first 4 episodes of Bridgerton Season 3 last month, providing a taste of another Bridgerton family member's romantic pursuit in the ton of Regency London. After its first 2 seasons, following the love stories of Daphne and Anthony Bridgerton, the series finally touched on the family's third eldest sibling, Colin, and his highly anticipated romance with fan-favorite franchise character and Featherington bachelorette, Penelope. Bridgerton Season 3 Part 1 proved their romance wouldn't be a cakewalk, though, and the two grappled with societal pressures and potential suitors, among other things, before choosing each other. While self-proclaimed Pollen fans luckily saw Colin and Penelope seal the deal by the end of Bridgerton Season 3 Part 1, the couple still have much to endure before their happily ever after, including the bitter agenda of a future adversary. Fortunately, in the wait for Part 2, Julia Quinn's novel series and a small clue from Season 3 Part 1 can provide great insight into what will happen next. Bridgerton Season 3, Episode 4 teases Cressida's blackmailing story. Catch the small foreshadowing at the beginning of Episode 4. In the novel and TV series, Cressida Cooper, Jessica Madsen, is a seemingly cruel debutante, often taking her bitterness out on Penelope. Between snide remarks and instances of underhandedness, however, Bridgerton Season 3 Part 1 appeared to redeem Cressida's worst qualities, with some characters and even viewers going so far as to come to Cressida's defense. Yet, as Quinn's novel series and a short Season 3 Part 1 foreshadowing indicates, Cressida may be beyond redemption, as she is in the works to blackmail Penelope in one of Bridgerton's biggest villain stories to date. According to Quinn's novel Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, for which Season 3 is adapted, Cressida will learn of Penelope's secret identity as Lady Whistledown and use it as fuel for blackmail. Bridgerton Season 3 subtly teases this big villain twist in Episode 4 when Lord Debling calls on Penelope, and her sisters insist that she must have blackmailed him for his affection. It appears to be an insignificant dig, but the wisecrack could also foreshadow the considerable shift in Penelope's Season 3 Part 2 story when Cressida's blackmail plan endangers Penelope's relationship with Colin and status in the ton. When will Cressida's blackmail story happen in Bridgerton? Cressida's blackmail story is likely to occur throughout Season 3 Part 2. Nicola Coughlan as Penelope looking wearily in Bridgerton Season 3. Because Bridgerton Season 3 follows Romancing Mr. Bridgerton quite closely, Cressida's blackmail storyline should theoretically take place at some point in Part 2 if the series doesn't divert from Quinn's canon. Per Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, Cressida demands a large sum of money from Penelope in exchange for keeping quiet about Lady Whistledown's identity. The vile plan then pushes Colin and Penelope's relationship to the limit as they attempt to balance their feelings for one another with how to deal with Cressida's threat. Seeing as Cressida's blackmail plan gives rise to a string of consequences, such as Colin discovering Lady Whistledown's true identity, it's likely that this storyline will occur rather early in Bridgerton Season 3 Part 2 and unravel throughout the course of it. Bridgerton has been setting up Cressida's villain arc for a while now, particularly in that she's never been the most agreeable character in the series. Come Bridgerton Season 3 Past 2, Cressida's true colors could finally be revealed as Penelope and Colin's last true hurdle before their happily ever after.